Welcome to Midnight Guest. If you're hearing my voice, it's already too late to turn back. You've stepped into the dark, and what you'll hear tonight will stay with you. Not one story, but three. Three chilling encounters that will crawl beneath your skin and make you question the safety of every lock, every shadow, every quiet moment you thought was yours. Each one different, each one worse than the last. So sit back, stay quiet, and whatever you do, don't look behind you. The Silent Roommate. Emma moved into a small apartment in the city, excited for independence. Her rent was cheap, but the landlord warned her. The previous tenant left in a hurry, didn't take much with them. Emma shrugged it off. The first night, she unpacked, humming to herself. Then she heard it, a faint creak in the floorboards. At first, she thought it was the building settling, but the sound kept coming. Soft footsteps pacing in the hallway outside her bedroom door. The air felt colder near the door, and a strange smell, like burnt fabric mixed with dust, lingered. She texted her friend, "I think someone's here." "I locked the doors." Her friend replied, "It's probably just the building. Breathe." But every time she glanced at her bedroom corner, shadows seemed to twitch unnaturally, as if alive. Over the next week, the noises grew louder. Doors she swore she locked were ajar. Her belongings were slightly moved. Her clothes smelled faintly of smoke, though no one smoked in the building. The hum of an old radiator sometimes seemed to mimic low breathing. One night, she woke to a shadow looming over her bed. She froze, heart hammering. The figure didn't move, just watched. She blinked. Gone, but the cold spot where it had stood remained. The next day, she asked the landlord if anyone else had keys. He hesitated. The last tenant never really left, he said. Confused, Emma pressed. He avoided her gaze. Determined to prove she was safe, Emma installed cameras. That night, the footage recorded something impossible. A thin, pale man standing in the corner, staring at her while she slept. When she blinked, he vanished, but left footprints leading to her bed, damp and muddy. Terrified, Emma called the police. They found nothing. No sign of forced entry, no fingerprints, just her terrified eyes staring into the camera footage. A week later, she moved out. Packing her last box, she noticed a small note folded neatly. "I stayed because I love you. Don't leave me." She never returned, but sometimes her friends swear they hear her name whispered softly when they walk past her old apartment. And sometimes, late at night, a shadow seems to linger near the window. I recommend you to like and subscribe if you don't want to her calling your name beside you while you're sleeping. The Midnight Emergency Call. David was working late at the office. His phone rang. It was an unknown number. He answered. "Hello?" A woman's voice trembling. "Help! Please! He's here!" Before he could respond, the line went dead. He brushed it off as a prank, but the next call came. Same number, same panicked whisper. This time he could hear a man breathing heavily in the background and faint footsteps creaking on hardwood floors. David's stomach sank. He traced the call. It was coming from his own apartment. He ran to his car, drove home, panic clawing at him. The door was unlocked. Inside, the lights flickered. There was no one there. Then he noticed the photos on the walls. All of them were turned face down, except one, a picture of him sleeping, taken from inside his bedroom. His heart pounded as he saw the faint outline of a shadow reflected in the window. He checked the locks, called the police. They said there was no forced entry, but that night, while lying awake, he heard the faint sound of typing on his laptop. The computer was open, an email drafted, "You're next." David fled to a hotel, but the calls didn't stop. At 3:17 a.m., he answered another one. The voice was calm now. "Why are you hiding?" He could hear a soft, metallic scraping, like knives across the floor. The next morning, his apartment was broken into, but nothing was stolen. Just a single object left on the kitchen counter, a small worn doll, sitting perfectly upright, staring straight at the door he had fled through. Its eyes seemed wet, too lifelike, following him wherever he moved. He never found out who or what was watching him, but every night he felt cold, unseen eyes on him, even in his hotel room, and the phone occasionally rang with the same whisper, "I see you." Hospital room with no call button. Lena woke up in a hospital bed, hooked up to monitors. She didn't remember being admitted. The nurse who checked on her smiled, cheerful but distant. The fluorescent lights flickered above, making shadows dance along the walls. "You were in a car accident," the nurse said, "but you're stable now. You can rest." Hours passed. Lena tried to move, but the monitors beeped violently. The door clicked. Someone entered, a man in scrubs she didn't recognize. He smiled, but his eyes were empty, unnaturally dark, almost like holes staring into her soul. "Time for your treatment," he said. Lena struggled, screaming, but no one came. She realized there was no call button. The nurse wasn't coming back. The room smelled faintly of disinfectant and something rotting mixed with iron. She noticed the other beds, empty, but the monitors were still beeping, showing signs of life that weren't human. And then she saw it in the reflection of the window. Dozens of faces, pale, hollow-eyed, staring silently from the hallway, pressing against the glass as if trying to enter. She banged on the door. No response. The man in scrubs approached, and as he leaned over her bed, she noticed his hands. They were stitched together, blood still fresh and oozing, with tiny, twitching movements. "Don't fight it," he whispered. "You belong here now." The monitors flatlined. Lena tried to scream, but no sound came. She could hear only the slow, wet breathing of something unseen. The next morning, the real staff arrived, smiling, polite. They called out for Lena. The bed was empty, no record of admission, no accident. Only the monitors in the abandoned wing remained, quiet, except for a faint, rhythmic beep, like a heart still alive. And sometimes, if you lean close, you hear soft whispering, "Help, help." You think you're safe because this one ended? That's what they all thought too. The next story begins exactly where this one leaves off. And once you start it, you won't sleep tonight.